Well, what happened is, in Canada, one of the companies that I work with, because I was actually a mechanic first. Mechanic was what I wanted to learn to fix cars, right? And being a mechanic, I say, you know what, because I really come out, I didn't go out there to live. I wanted to come home and do the work back in Trinidad. One of the companies I started to work with was a European company. And these guys would strip these cars down, strip them to shell, clean them up, paint them, put them back together, and we were talking about $60,000, $70,000 to do some of these jobs. And we were getting these jobs done within 2 to 3 weeks. Now, mind you, in this business, there's no best. Everybody has a different technique. Everybody covers a different area. You know what I mean? And when it comes together, you come up with the beauty at what you see at the shows. You know, and that's what it's about. Back in the days, a lot of people had some of these old cars like the old Volkswagens, the 120Ys, the Chevys and stuff, where you saw your father had bought it or your grandfather had bought it, and after a while it just stayed there. And we come into the 80s, into the 90s now, the 90s into the 20th century, where all of a sudden these things became a collective item. So guys now started taking back, going around finding these cars, and some of them, the condition they were in, they had to really, the process they had to go through, which is what we call restoration, to bring these cars back to life. If a lot of them had only known in the past how valuable these things would have become, many of them wouldn't have deteriorated the way they did. Now, in the restoration business, everybody has their own technique, and some guys want original, some guys want to add a little future to the past to give it a unique, and that's me. I like the original, but I like the future mixing with the past a little bit and giving it something different. And in this business as well, I found that coming along the way, I found a lot of women who was interested in this kind of stuff as well. So from day one, when I started out on my own, I always had 1 or 2 women in this business with me. And anything they do, they put their heart into it. I mean, the men put their heart into it, but the women had a totally different concept on how they did it. I mean, you would give a guy a fender to sand. He would just sand the fender. Boss, I finished. A woman, she would take her time, all the edges. You ain't even have to tell her, but she know this is what you want done, and she take time doing it. And you see that added something totally different. When the car comes in, we go around the car, see what the car needs. We make a list of all what is needed. We make a copy of it, so the customer keeps one, we keep one. We strip everything, tidily take off all the nickels, all the chrome, take out all the seats, the interior, everything, we strip it. It depends on how much the customer wants, that's how far we will go, right? We strip everything down, and well, our system here that I do in Trinidad, we use the heat gun because we don't have much places in Trinidad where you can sandblast. We don't have any places where you can dip the car in the acid to remove everything. So my technique is, I saw in some of the places out there, they use the heat gun and they take the time and they strip all the old paint, all the old filler right back down and clean the metal, so that on the underneath now, for the years that this car has been around, we can see all the kind of work system that this car had passed through. Restoration is not a thing for any and anybody, because it takes, like I say, it takes a love and a passion for this business to be in that. And it takes a man with a lot of patience. Restoration demands patience. And in the restoration process, sometimes what we do is we might give you a price and we might say, listen, 60,000 to do this job, 100,000 to do that job. What we do is we leave a little adjustment in price. Sometimes we might run into something way beyond what we expected. This is why we let you play a part in the work, so that we can call you in, show you what's up, and say, well, you know, well, here what, we need to replace the whole floor pan. We need to send for one. It depends on the kind of car we're restoring, you know, because restoration, different car demands different procedure.